So through this chapter, we're going to be developing a blog application that we can integrate into our Facebook pages. It's going to be called Page Blog, and it's going to have some heavy PHP coding. And I know this isn't a PHP course, but I'll try to explain what I'm doing as I go. And I'll probably do a lot of copying and pasting of snippets because if I actually typed everything all out, it would take forever. So try not to be intimidated by the amount of code. The main focus of this is to show you how to integrate it with Facebook, not building the actual application, I guess. And we're going to be using the PHP Sdk, and if you go to this page here, docs/reference/php, you can see some information about the SDK, how to initialize it, the classes, and all the objects that you can use with the SDK. This makes development much easier and faster. So we're also going to be using a MySQL database. PHP and MySQL go together very, very well. And the reason we need the database is because we need to house our blog and blog pages. So the domain that I'm going to be building this on is socialdigi.com. So the first thing I want to do is go to my cPanel. Now, if your hosting provider uses cPanel, that's great. If not, creating a database should be relatively similar to what I'm going to do here. Alright, so let me log in here. And in cPanel, all you have to do is go down to databases and go to MySQL Database Wizard. And this is going to be called Page Blog. So I need to create a user. I'll just say PB user. Give him a password. And we want to select all privileges. So now we have a database called socialdi_pageblog with a user of socialdi_pb user, and these are connected. Alright, so we have our database all set. The next thing I want to do is I want to set up Notepad so that we can use the files right off the server. And we can do that. If you, in the past sections, have been following along, then you probably have the NPP FTP plugin installed. I'm going to create a new profile and click Add New. This is going to be for socialdigi. Username, socialdigi, password. Alright, so let's see if we can connect to that. Okay, so I want to be in the public HTML, and I do have an SSL certificate installed on this domain. Now you can see I have a whole bunch of subfolders here. I'm going to get rid of these. Alright, so I have an empty directory here. So if I go to socialdigi.com, there's nothing here. So it's an empty directory, empty domain. Now what I want to do is we need to create the app on Facebook. So I'm going to click Create New App. It's going to be called Page Blog for a namespace. See if that's taken. Oh, so Page Blog is actually not taken, which is surprising. So the category, let's say communication, and I'm not going to use Heroku, so click Continue. And why I sent. Alright, so our app is created. I'm going to put in the domain, which for me is socialdigi. Website. And we're going to have this is going to be a Facebook app, so we need to include our canvas URLs. And you want to have the / on the end. And then for the secure, you just want to have HTTPS. Okay. Now, here's a new thing we're going to do is add a page tab. And a page tab, let me just see if I can give you an example here. We don't have a page yet. I'll go to one of my. You can see for this particular Facebook page we have these tabs, and I'm actually using a promotional app that uses a tab, so it creates this promos tab right here that will go to a certain page on our application. So we're going to create one of those, and I want the tag, I want it to say page blog, and the page tab URL is going to be socialdigi.com/blog.php. So that is the page that's going to show up when someone clicks on the tab on our page. And secure tab, same thing but with the S. And we can also add an image, which we do have. I'll include a folder with all the images for the page blog app in the program files. So I'm going to add that. And it should be in the page blog images, and it's going to be, it needs to be 111 times 74 pixels. I believe this is it. And it's just a very simple logo, nothing spectacular. Alright, so that just makes it look a little more professional looking. And we can add some other images. If we go to, where is it? Actually, well, let's save this. We'll save our changes. And I think one of these tabs, app details maybe? Yeah, we can add our icon. So I have a 16 by 16, a 75 by 75. Again, these will be in the program files. 128 by 128. 155 by 100. Cover image, which is 800 by 150. That is, shoot, I can't remember if that's the banner or the header. And I think it's the banner. Alright, so that's all we need. We're not going to do the screenshots. We can do that later on. And all this stuff can stay. Just click Save Changes. In the app info, we could put a description and stuff, but we won't do that now. It's not really important. So that's it for our app, for setting it up anyway. So now we should be able to go to apps.facebook.com/pageblog, and we should have just not found, something like that, right? Because we don't have an index.html. So let's just stick one in there. And actually, we're not going to use index.html. We're going to use index.php. So I'm going to create, actually, we'll just say test, and we'll save this. Actually, you know what? We have to create it in here. So create new file, index.php. Now we can do test, save, and go back to our app, reload. So everything's all set. Our app is set up. It has the images, and we'll be able to use the page tab. So in the next section, we'll start implementing the PHP SDK.